Is Elephant
Cottage.
Rocks just a Missouri thing, or
I think so.
Right.
And that's
Okay,
that park of all igneous rocks.
Yeah, so that joke only plays here in Missouri, where the two of us are. But
yeah, especially me and you
Dan
who have
also,
been there.
How are you
I've
supposed
never
to
heard of
get this?
Elephant Rocks.
How are you supposed to get this Trinity here? Oh,
Like this.
with high
Like
jump.
that.
Yeah.
I could have sworn, like the way that I got up there felt really like glitchy and unintuitive.
I mean, that's Kingdom Hearts 1 in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Platforming, what's that?
if this is supposed to be your Mario 64,
Not getting the Trinity?
I can
try
do
again.
it.
I'll come back for it. Eventually.
Sure you will. They always come back to Monstro.
Off camera.
Yeah, there's no blue fairy in this. It's just Pinocchio is just cursed with like a spontaneously growing nose.
Can we use Pinocchio to learn, like, secrets about the universe? Like, hey, Pinocchio, can entropy be reversed?
He's like a magic 8-ball.
Hey,
In
Pinocchio,
puppet form.
will the universe ever stop expanding?
Maybe
Pinocchio.
someday.
Do we have to worry about the heat death of the universe?
Happily, in spite of his peanut allergy.
Yeah, Axel learns that things can be salty yet sweet at the same time, and sometimes that's okay.
My allergies, peanuts,
peanut
got it
butter.
memorized?
I don't. It's a serious issue.
I can't eat peanuts.
Hey, Leaf Bracer.
Peanuts. Got it memorized?
Sorry, I wasn't really listening to you guys' time travel conversation because I was just imagining a scenario where Riku is just like sadly looking at Kairi like, so Kairi's just like a lifeless puppet now? And then Maleficent comes up behind him and like, yeah, like this. And then she pulls out like a Kairi sock puppet. She goes, hey Riku, I'm Kairi.
That was a very different direction than I thought you were going to go.
I love Sora more than you.
I thought we were going to have Weekend at Kairi's.
She does all that, and that's what turns him like into a dark Super Saiyan. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
that Sora.
we run into Riku at the end of the game and have this like dramatic duel of the fates, and then like we find out we defeat Riku and find out his tragic backstory of how Maleficent's been manipulating him this whole time by just taunting him with a sock puppet of Kairi.
Yeah, you know how Sora... Okay, again, Trey omitted the cutscene, but like... The cutscene where Sora goes into Merlin's house for the first time and he hallucinates that Kairi is there. Riku's been having similar hallucinations, but instead of the real Kairi, he just sees a crappy little sock puppet.
He's being haunted by sock puppet Kairi.
Riku is clinically insane. Good to know. I don't have enough badges to beat Leon.
When you got part of the way through this, and you know didn't make it all the way through, did you see it as a half fill cup or a half empty cup?
You're fired.
I saw it as my pride was damaged cup.
Get out of my house, Dad. Get out!
Oh
I
yeah.
thought you were gonna say there was like a character in a later game that literally just stabs people with an arrow.
Isn't that Red Hair McGee?
No, it's yellow hair.
His name is Horace Horsecollar.
Horace Collar, the 14th member of Organization 13.
Horxus.
Horsach.
So yeah,
Because that's most certainly Yuffie.
Yeah, Monkey D. Yuffie.
Monkey D. Yuffie.
Don't you know? Do you even watch Animu?
My God. I cannot imagine her with stretchy arms.
She's made of rubber. How did that happen?
Stretch arm Yuffie.
Hold on. So, for those not in the loop, I'm currently dying of heat stroke. So my my memory is not as the kids say what it used to be.
Oh yeah, it's the beginning. It's like near the beginning of summer / mid to late spring, and your AC went out.
Yeah.
As AC
Well, hey,
units are one to do.
Maybe you can cool off in Atlantica. That's where we're going.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would
Go
love
take
that.
a dip in the ocean.
I would love that so much.
Yeah, go on adventures with Ariel and Sebastian.
To have
Yeah,
fins?
it's the same exact movie in reverse. With Ursula's crazy sister.
Wait,
Also, I don't think I noticed when I was a kid, but it's kind of funny that Sora's just hella nervous and like awkward when he first comes here, because I'm pretty sure this is the first time he's seen a girl without a shirt on.
Also, that keychain is definitely in 3 dimensions, by the way.
What is it?
Oh,
Is it
it's
just
a book. I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
just
a
a
Game Boy
book.
for a second. So that's a bit random.
Yeah.
It's the instruction manual for the Keyblade.
It's the instruction manual for swimming.
I've spent the last maybe 14 and a half minutes trying to come up with a way to make a joke about how the fish in the bowl is lucky. They say from a worser fate. The fish out the bowl ain't lucky. On some, or I don't know, somebody else's plate,
Who
etc.
could be on the plate?
Yeah.
It started to get to me. But this is not the worst example of repetitive Disney-adapted background music in a Kingdom Hearts game. And I've not beaten Birth by Sleep, but I can tell you right now, that Cinderella world is a gauntlet. Because the background music is just like a very short loop of this very like lethargic rendition of Bibbidi
So
Bobbidi
it's just
Boo.
like, because the only thing that it plays is
And like,
I'm surprised though. There's no.
yeah.
Like this is basically.
Are you looking for the VHS cover? Was that
I
what
am
you were
looking
doing?
for the VHS cover. I do not see it.
no, the whoever designed that background didn't want to get fired like that guy did.
I think someone with an 8-pack is the only person allowed to wield the trident, and that's why Sora can't wield the trident yet.
Grimsby, she has 8 legs.
Oh,
8 legs, Grimsby.
Yeah.
now I understand.
Oh yeah, I really had to get a good look at his abs because I am jealous as heck. Like, I need to wield the trident.
It's just
so...
Flab Trey.
Watch how King Triton went from flab to fab in 8 easy steps.
He just photographs well, alright? It's a lie. It's all a lie.
As Joe, who read an
Oh,
article
yeah.
on Wikipedia about sharks one time, I remember.
It's a phase I go through every once in a while, see?
Sora is in fact not a shark boy, he is a dolphin boy.
That
But wait,
dolphin,
this
to be
is a
precise.
dolphin that has a shark's tail.
That's why the
Oh
dolphin
yeah, that
lets
ain't
him-
right.
What? Oh my god, you're
I never
right.
noticed that. they flipped him. I also have no idea what that doll is supposed to be.
I like that
just a
Ariel
weird
invites her
doll.
new friend into her secret hiding spot, and then he just comes in and immediately starts just smashing stuff with his giant key, and like stealing stuff out of her treasure chests.
So,
Sora, that's
what
my
I'm
stuff.
gonna need you to do, Trey, is to look through this entire grotto, go back to your save file, look through this entire grotto, and count exactly how many thingamabobs she has.
They sound like someone who smokes a lot.
They're voiced by Patty and Selma.
I was gonna say, they just sound like Marge's sisters.
That would be amazing if that's who they were.
I mean, nowadays, Disney owns 20th
And
Century
then Ursula
Fox.
just has Marge's voice.
Ariel, we're gonna go out and watch MacGyver. Do you want to come along?
See, and all its spoils bow to my power.
Does that make Ariel like? Does that?
I hope you're happy, King Triton. You've
Does that
ruined
make her Lisa?
Thanksgiving.
When she steals Ariel's voice, and Ariel becomes human, all she can do is go. I cannot do the Marge.
All she can do is say, all Ariel can do is go,
Homie.
oh god, that was terrible. And then Donald just needs to learn Rain Dance, and we're all good.
Yeah, thank God in the final mixed version they didn't make you use up magic to swim faster.
Oh god.
Never forgive. Never forget.
Never forget.
When you mess with Majora's Mask, you mess with all of us.
So this is the Crying Grotto, and I accidentally came in here.
So I can't remember how
These jellyfish
many.
are just like, this is our crying grotto now.
So
Yeah.
basically, what you gotta do is just keep killing Flotsam and Jetsam over and over again.
I guess.
And just have faith that eventually the game will progress.
Have faith that she'll eventually stop spinning at you.
And laughing.
That too.
So what?
I remember, that reminds me, as a kid, I remember if I was just in a room with a bunch of guys, and maybe that's Thunder's purpose. I was like, I literally just don't want to press the X button a lot.
Oh, Trey. For a second,
gonna
when you
spam
said you were
Thunder
in
a
a
couple
room with
times.
a bunch of guys, I didn't realize you were talking about the game.
Bro, I gotta show you the end of this game. It's really cool. I'm like, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. He's like, don't worry. Do you like Final Fantasy? He's like, I'm like, well, yeah, FF7's the tits.
Wow.
Immovable Clam is my Metal Gear Solid code name.
The only thing really letting this down is the programming on Ursula's eyeballs, which are
God.
designed to track you.
No, just don't look her in the eyes.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. What if she
Shouldn't she just-
stayed the same size, but just like bled out and died?
Oh god.
And then the kingdom just had like this giant, like massive corpse to deal with, just floating
out in
out
the
the
bay.
ocean,
So,
just off the shore.
Who likes calamari?
We have a lot of it.
See,
She's
that's
not
why.
technically human. How ethical is it to eat her?
Is it cannibalism if you just eat the tentacle? What are we talking about? And then at the end, he makes that deal with Hercules, and he just like he's just like, Herc, what about our deal? And he just punches him into the smooth.
Oh yeah, that's where he becomes Butthole Hades.
Yeah, he just smashes
That's
his
what I
face.
That's what it always looked like to me.
Yeah.
God, so before we started this recording and also the previous recording, we were browsing a thread on Twitter about scenes from animation that traumatized you as a child.
Is that one
and
of them?
I feel like I finally found
Just the entirety of
Nah.
Kingdom Hearts.
the scene in Hercules where Hades gets his face punched.
Okay.
Yeah, that obvious body horror.
Not when like Hercules turned into an old man, or like Hades fell into the like sea of souls and presumably died.
Yeah.
No, it's when Hades' face got turned into a comical butthole.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm excited here.
He loves
What's
Halloween
going on?
Town.
I love Halloween Town too.
He's just
So,
getting into
here's
the
a-
spirit of the season. Remember, you guys remember the part in the movie where Jack Skellington had to check the gravestones to see which ghosts came out?
Yeah, there was a turkey ghost, a tree ghost, and a rabbit ghost.
Could you imagine if Harrison Ford was a Kingdom Hearts fan? Like,
See, the,
especially given how much he hates having worked on Star Wars.
What Greedo actually said that they just kind of mistranslated was he just walked up to Han Solo and he just said, "I'll be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of Kingdom Hearts." And Han
shoots
just
him
pulled out
immediately.
that gun.
See, that's why
I'm not the
Harrison
biggest
Ford
fan of
loves Kingdom Hearts, is because he's not in it. There's no Star Wars in it.
Not yet.
Though
Fucking who?
technically that was Pixar before the Disney acquisition, wasn't it? Well, no,
Bug's Life?
because yeah,
Oh, I wish you could get flicked. Damn. I didn't think about that. Man, that's like the forgotten Pixar movie.
yeah, Doug, a Bug's Life world would be amazing.
I'd rather
I would
have
love it.
Flick and Hans the Caterpillar or whatever his name was.
God. Can you
His
imagine
name was
Bug or
Heimlich. Thank you
Sora?
very much.
I don't know if I
He
want
was a
this.
beautiful butterfly. I imagine.
how am I supposed to get
okay,
away?
so
Come, Sora, we must kill the Heartless.
But not always.
Damn.
wait, hold on. Did Beryl just try the Nuremberg defense?
Because if there's one thing I think of when it comes to Disney, it's... well, that.
Jesus, Shaw. Here's my
kidding me?
favorite. Here's my favorite little art show bit. Is that I won second place like 3 or 4 times in categories, but one of my favorites is I was doing really badly in terms of my art class grade in my, I think, junior year of high school. But my teacher had this policy where she would give us extra credit for every like out of class piece of artwork that we submitted that she deemed like good enough. And there was this one Photoshop that I did that was, I really, like, I did it as a parody of art, and
It was very high
apparently
concept,
was-
you see.
apparently it was good enough to win second place in its category, because what I did was I just took a picture of a city. Literally, this took me like 10 minutes.
Oh my
I took
god,
a picture of a
I forgot
city.
about this.
I selected the impact font. I wrote the word rage. I made it red. I put a like grayish overlay over the city, made the word rage transparent, put it smack dab in the middle, and I won second place in category for that in the art show.
So
Did you call
basically
it
a
Streets of
watermark.
Rage?
There's just something very satisfying about hitting these pustules.
Yeah.
GCG
I
out
don't
of
know what
context,
it
there's
is.
your first line. Getting like over ambitious with
That is unfortunate.
Oh no, Trey,
trying
I'm
to
so sorry.
control the Heartless and whatnot. Where it kind of
Hey,
gets
it's the rock that crushed Grunty.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's spoilers.
Well, I mean,
Every
like,
single one.
All
Lock,
of them. The
shock,
mayor,
barrel,
Lock,
and mayor.
Shock, Bear.
I mean, that's what I take from it because
Did you just?
I mean, to be fair,
Alright.
I'm gonna assume that those last few seconds are gonna get cut from it. Anyway,
Not with
literally,
this editor.
Okay.
I legit
So-
forgot about that.
Kingdom Hearts playthrough.
they're like if a kid wrote them.
there's Kanga,
Or an idiot.
Cabbage.
An idiot kid named Christopher Robin.
And there's Al, but most of all,
Hey, at least
Winnie
Rabbit
the
spelled
Pooh.
correctly.
Someone had to
Winnie
teach
the
him.
Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, cuddly little chubby, all stuffed with
Disney's
fluffies,
watching, Nick.
Winnie the Pooh.
Stop singing.
All the Winnie the Pooh movies.
So, we all saw how deep that hole went, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
How much
Are
did they
we-
stretch out Pooh trying to
are
pull
we-
him out?
This is the
Are we
Sonic
gonna
06
red
version
line-
of Pooh. Long Pooh.
Alright, so Trey, if I were to theoretically do a red line of where Pooh's torso and body would have to be, would you edit it into that shot?
Or I guess at this point he'd be a boylet.
I guess he doesn't hit his growth spurt until 2.
Dan, never say the word boilet again. Anyhow, Owl, I can't remember if I got this thought out earlier, but of Christopher Robin's toys, Owl is the one that looks least like a toy, because he's just an owl.
He's just a stuffed owl that his dad had.
Owl just came in and ruined one of Rabbit's carrots.
You see, Sora, this is what Tigger is going to do to the carrots. No, don't!
Couldn't you just tell him?
I only have 6 of those.
So Nick, I
Probably
have a
have
question.
Yes,
If you want to make tea, what do you do to the water?
I'm leaving.
Where did that pumpkin go?
To the sky.
Merlin's just sitting in
Merlin's
his
house.
study reading, and all of a sudden he gets hit in the face.
He's getting
with a
pelted by
Sora's just tossing
Oh, dear.
pumpkins out of the book.
Merlin's in his study reading. He gets pelted by 9 pumpkins. He's just like, that's it. I'm going to Bermuda.
She's obsessive compulsive about alphabetizing things.
To be fair, the NPCs never give you a key blade. They give you a key chain. The chain is your key blade.
True.
For there is only the one key blade in this game.
Yep, just the one. We're leaving it at that.
Just the one.
Well,
Cut to the freaking
The
bonus
graveyard.
ending of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Only
the-
one.
The Keyblade's War Graveyard.
Looks at Kingdom Hearts 3's final boss. Yeah, one.
Actually, isn't there a flashback kind of like that in Halloween Town where Sora is just like hallucinating, like dancing with Kairi, and everybody around him just like, what the hell? Cut to credits.
I have no idea. how
Oh,
that's
do you have
supposed
to get him back up there now? Oh my god, really?
Why are you siding with
Oh
the
my
Heartless?
god,
The
Mr.
Heartless
Smee.
obey me now, Sora.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot like
No, I
how
have nothing
stiff
to
he
fear.
looks in this game.
You're stupid.
You're
Sooner or
stupid.
later they'll swallow your heart.
Not a chance.
What kills me about this
They're
world?
not gonna swallow my heart.
Yeah.
I'm the
It's
It's not
exception.
like those other guys
Well.
like Jafar,
Like this, for
Clayton, Oogie Boogie.
Not like those
Ursula.
classic Disney villains. No, my heart is too strong.
Go see your
Soon to
friend.
be Hades.
They're not gonna take my heart.
Let's get underway
My heart's too
already.
strong. I'm already 8 years old.
Literally every character in
I'm
this
practically
game
an adult.
that makes that argument is like consumed by darkness at some point.
Yeah. One of my favorite, my favorite thing about that is once they're like consumed by darkness, like with like Clayton and
God, Smee, what did they do to you?
oh god.
The answer to
So
your
what kills me
prayers.
about this game is that they got a better voice actor to play
Okay,
Peter
then.
Pan in this
Fine.
than they did
Your way.
in the direct-to-video
But
sequel,
you're stuck in
Return to
too,
Neverland.
aren't you?
Trey, you didn't watch that too,
I'm
did
just
you?
waiting for someone.
I wanted to be thorough.
Oh
See,
no!
My favorite is the second direct-to-video sequel, which was
you
called
found Wendy?
Off to Never Neverland.
There was another
Scored
girl
completely by Metallica.
Hell, I believe. But then there was that fun heffalump friend.
I
that
told
came
you we
around
should have locked the door.
Look, Smee, when you want to use both of your hands to do all the work on this ship, you give me a call, okay?
What is it?
Whatever you say, Captain.
Is that why he makes Mr. Shmee do so much on the ship? Because he's literally missing a hand?
Ah, Smee, my right-hand man, as it were.
Pirates are coming. What?
Smee's least favorite time is when Captain Hook has to go to the bathroom.
You know, being the King's Chamberman was one of the highest honors in feudal society, because you were the
Is that
person
how
who
they
had
got
the most
people to do it?
direct.
Kyrie?
Which this boss prompts me to laugh at the shadow of Peter Pan in the movie, because Peter Pan tries to reattach his shadow that Wendy somehow stole. He tries
It
to
got
reattach-
snagged on like a piece of furniture, I think.
Yeah. But he tries to reattach it by washing his shoes with a bar of soap. I'm like, how do you know that's gonna work? How?
A logical conclusion, to be sure.
Because
Well, I
the
mean,
dirt on his shoes makes it so that the shadow doesn't stick.
to be fair, the way that you do get your shadow back in Pan lore is to sew it back onto your feet. So logic doesn't really play here.
Is that what they call early 1900s foster homes?
Welcome to the Neverland foster.
Should forget the Lost
the
Boys.
Hook and the pirates are just child protective services trying to reacquire the children.
Lost
why
at
Pan
Smee,
doesn't-
they've run off again!
Well, we might be pirates, but we're no worse than your parents, are we?
Which leads to a line that I almost had to say on stage in high school, which was, and I quote, "It'll be a holocaust of children."
So last time on Kingdom Hearts 1.5, we defeated Shadow Sora. So now we must exit the ship.
Chala, head chala.
Because isn't she like gravely wounded when that
Well,
happens?
no, she only gets gravely wounded.
She loses
by,
her legs in the blast.
She gets gravely wounded by Peter being angry at her, and then she
Yeah.
survives by the audience clapping her back to life.
She rescues Peter Pan, whose legs were made obsolete, and he becomes Lieutenant Pan.
And so,
Captain Hook should be extra susceptible to the stop magic because he's afraid of clocks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Wendy and all of her children have been turned into Heartless.
no,
Yeah.
the Heartless are the Luftwaffe, and he's got to fight them in the air. There you go. That's better.
I always knew those Nazis were heartless, but this is just too on the nose.
99 Luftballons.
I like to think instead of like traversing through the dark corridors of the universe, he like just got done crying because he's like, Sora doesn't care. Fake Riku, who's that?
You know, fake Riku.
Be specific, there are multiples.
Well,
There's like 9 Rikus.
Okay, so there's Riku, then there's Repliku, and then there's Data Riku.
And then there's Ansem Riku.
Well, no, Ansem
And there's-
Riku is still Riku, though. Like, Ansem Riku
Are you
doesn't...
sure it's not Ansem?
Well, Ansem is there, but he doesn't stop being Riku. Like,
Well,
that's Riku Prime.
you see, guys, there's Ansem Riku when it's Riku being possessed by Ansem. Can you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Should I keep doing this voice?
Probably not.
Anyone who puts any credence in the story of Kingdom Hearts 3 is like a person I don't
And
want
then
to be
there's Riku when he takes on the
I
form of
still have
Ansem
not
to
played
conquer the
3.
darkness in his heart.
Past Trey was kind of dumb.
God, though, the
There
default
it is.
gliding animation, like when you're in normal worlds in this game, just looks so derpy.
Yeah, it's so slow too at the beginning
Uh-huh.
until you get the quicker glide. Then it looks normal.
Yeah. But
Y'all just made me think about how weird Riku looks when he's gliding in 358 days.
oh no!
Oh, oh god. So what I need you to edit in there,
I could fly!
what I need you to edit in there, Trey, is Russell Crowe as Javert in Les Miserables 2012 singing,
Oh.
I'll escape now from that world, from the world of Jean Valjean. There is nowhere I can turn, there is no way to go on! Yes, Kyrie's grandmother, who is actually, for some reason, a prominent character in the series.
Then the shape-shifting master of darkness.
Did some things.
With, like,
Yeah.
new features? No, just from the ground up.
Now, while we're building this ship, something I've always felt about Kingdom Hearts that I don't... Are you gonna make the Millennium Falcon, Trey?
No, I wish.
He's obviously gonna make the
Whoa.
just a cockpit with the Three Stooges eye poke fingers.
This is
I
how we'll
made
defeat
a banana
Maleficent.
stand.
What did the fingers even do? Is it just decoration?
Yeah, like you don't need a wheel in space either, but you can put
That's
one on
true.
it.
I'm sorry, is this Thomas the Train?
Thomas the
It's
Train had
whatever-
a terrible accident.
What in the world?
It's whatever my imagination thought up that day.
It's a
It has,
fun
like, wall.
razor?
It's like a Three Stooges Rube
E.
Goldberg machine.
Yeah, I should have called it the wall of guns because like there's one whole row of guns.
God, I'm gonna remember this wrong and be embarrassed, but there is actually some like mythological basis for Hercules being weak to barrels.
Oh my
It's
god.
amazing. So allow
Honestly,
me to...
knowing Greek mythology, I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
Allow
I mean,
me to correct myself. I said Hoopers, I meant Coopers. The Coopers build the barrels, the Hoopers just put the rings around them. The more you know.
So does that mean Hercules' arch rival would be Sheldon Cooper?
Dan,
I feel like
everybody's
it's one of
rival
those-
everybody's arch rival is Sheldon Cooper. Which,
I
by
had-
the way, there's no shame in that. You know, you gotta put food on the table. I understand.
Yeah,
It's like
You gotta
how,
earn your chops somewhere.
It's like my favorite Michael Caine quote. I've never seen a second of Jaws 3, but it did put my kid through college.
Jaws 4,
Yeah, Jaws 4.
Jaws: The Revenge.
why are there that many Jawses?
I don't know. Why are there like 25 Godzilla movies?
Well, little Herky's having trouble with this fight. A little simmy-dimmy mini-god. What a terrible performance. Get it right. Get it? You don't hit it like you used to, man. But I have to give you credit for my start. For your statues on the outside.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you.
I love that he's describing how he got here without a ship. He's just like, I'm just that badass, man. Like,
I just
just
love
did it.
my
Shut
girl.
I swam through space with my big beastly claws.
I like to think that in the gummy ship levels, you can just see him like climbing on top of gummy ships and like redirecting them with like the force of his body weight.
Like
He's just
Hulk
holding the
style.
Heartless's hand with his big paw and like tilting him left and right.
No, he just like
Yeah.
grabs onto like the top of the cockpit and like yanks it so that it's facing in a different direction.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Alternatively, can you imagine the Beast just like floating in on the edge of space, like with his thumb out, trying
They're
to
just
hitchhike?
like
He's hitching across space.
Just like swimming around like a Looney Tunes character, just yakati yadada.
Why does everyone turn around and drive away?
Can we
Is
talk
that why
about
we can have Goofy and the Beast?
what's his real name? Prince Edward?
Prince
Can we
Adam,
talk about
Prince of Eternia.
Yeah, he held his magic sword aloft
That's-
and said, "I am Beast." Anyhow, can we talk about how like his human form is just a major downgrade in like every way?
Well,
He's
yeah.
weird looking.
I'd love it if his human form was just the Beast, but with no hair.
Like a shaved bear.
And just like a human nose and ears.
God, so there's your nightmare fuel for this episode, ladies and gents. Enjoy.
He'd be a One Piece character.
One Beast.
Came here to find something very important.
The grainy film
Yeah,
filter.
the VHS filter. I miss it.
The very poorly color corrected filter, you mean?
The filter that
Yeah.
makes everything brighter but not any easier to see.
Yeah, the VHS filter, the Ghost Hunter filter.
Yeah, it's too bad Sora doesn't have night vision goggles in this game to just make everything like green.
Honestly, it's
Oh,
probably for
man.
the best that you've got just like unseeable darkness on the screen, because from the viewer's point of view, it's like, alright, I can understand why he's getting lost and not finding his way forward, because he can't see shit.
No Super Beast.
So inside baseball, the next game we're gonna do is the Metal Gear Solid Twin
Okay, not the
Snakes,
next
remake.
game, Trey, remember?
Okay, 2 games from now. So there's parts of the game where I used the night vision goggles or the heat goggles, and while I was editing it, it went from just like normal like caves or like snow to just like blinding color. And I was
Welcome
like, oh god,
Welcome to Mountain Dew vision.
yeah. Is this what it was like to be Vin Diesel in Pitch Black? You just triggered a memory for me, Dan, when you said Akai. So I used to work at Panera. Insert bread co here. I used to work at a place that starts with P and ends with bread.
Insert Breadco here.
Yeah,
It's
my
actually
place,
just
Peter bread.
Breadco.
Yeah, it's literally
bread.
just yeah. Anyway,
They had an acai berry tea, and in the e-learning for it, they were very, very adamant that it was acai.
Acai.
well,
I think it's one of those
there's an
words-
accent on the letter, so yes.
And I'm not saying that to be pretentious, because the way the guy in the e-learning video said it was pretentious. I was like, is that really how it's said? don't know,
I've
man.
literally, until Dan pronounced it a minute ago, never heard anyone not say acai berry.
Well, that's because you've never heard anyone say the word.
Well, there's an accent on the C, like a really obvious accent, like a Portuguese accent.
Man, I don't know what accents are.
Man, that room
They
we were
put
just in.
just accidentally left a mark on the letter with the marker.
They just kept it for years.
Oh.
I always get this fine, magnificent body beard.
You have surpassed even the Beast. I now grant you the rank of Big Beast.
I feel like Alice would be one of those chicks in a college classroom that would look at you real weird and be like, hey, you want to buy some mushrooms?
Did this happen to you a lot in college, Trey?
I've told you of my escapades. I was the guy that bought the mushrooms.
My favorite thing about Bill Farmer's line read in this scene, and it stuck out to me since I was a kid, is how he sounds like he's never heard the word betray before. Like, oh, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
Yeah.
It's like he read it in a book and he never said it out loud.
I wonder if, like, in the studio that day, somebody was going by with, like, a cart of, like, equipment, and Bill Farmer just, like, looked to the sides, like, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
Although my heart may be
They just kept it in because it was a great read.
Yeah.
growing with each new experience.
Use it. It's great.
I was tricked, Sora.
She was not on the other side of the door, Sora.
Beast, you dumb. You're so dumb.
They got me. Empathetic and kind of cuddly and
Yeah.
Woot woot. Furry alert. Furry alert. Woot woot. Woot woot.
yeah. I always do it though, in spite of it being optional.
Yeah,
and
mood.
and you're supposed to do it later in the game once you free the princesses, because Belle will give you a
The
really
rose,
good Keyblade.
I mean, of course, Joe always does it, regardless of it being optional,
Right,
because
yeah.
it's in his nature to just find library books lying around and put them back in their appropriate shelves.
Yeah, after over a
Joe
decade
works at a
of
library, by the
yes,
way.
after a decade of working in libraries, like it's a nervous tick of mine.
This is what started you on your path to become a librarian's assistant or whatever your job title is.
A library
I don't know.
boy.
I was
Yes.
going to say librarian, but then I realized that I'm pretty sure
Nah,
that
man.
people with that job title like went to college
Yeah,
for
you need a degree for that. Unfortunately,
Joe's official title is library fellow.
yes. Creative
Well, that's a
library fellow.
higher rank.
Reading feller.
For someone to be a fellow is like a very
I love
high
that
rank.
fellow. I love that fellow is like a high rank position.
Yeah.
Am I the only one to whom Gumby looks delicious?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Well, he looks like a spearmint gum.
It was mine.
Wait.
Come off it, Riku, man.
Strong and true.
You're really gonna listen to this guy?
Oh boy, it's a
He's a
Jawa.
He's just an evil Jawa.
Utini!
Man, that's why they could never show what the Jawas looked like in Star Wars, because it was all just like little Billy Zanes.
So this reminds me that while I was at Walmart today picking up some groceries, I found a shirt that I think Riku would wear in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm gonna share it in the chat to you guys. Hold on.
Like
I'll put it in
right-
the video as well.
Like right now, while we're
Yep.
like, well, it's a good thing I have my cell phone, I guess.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
while we're speeding up this section here.
Yeah. It's a cool section of the game. He's just like in this gondola. And you just get to watch, you just get to fight wizards on a gondola.
Truly a
that's
shirt
sure.
befitting of Riku's redemption.
Yeah. And I'll put the shirt up in the final product as well. But it's a shirt that just says Straight Outta Darkness.
Hey, so while I'm shouting out things that I love, you're not
Looks
allowed
like
to see this
it
one,
looks like
kids.
the one-ups in Aladdin for the SNES.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah.
They look like they didn't update their textures from the original cut of the game.
Go ask your parents to enter the identification code if you want to be able to see this picture.
It's just blurred out.
That was one of the new features of Final Mix. You know, I've been playing a lot of.
It's that one picture from the Nintendo Direct of like Bowser covering baby Bowser's eyes, but it's Genie covering Sora's eyes.
Yeah.
Junior. Sorry, this cough. It's can't get rid of it.
Bowser Jr.
It just won't go away.
I think you said
Thank you, Nick.
Babby
You're
Bowser.
doing the Lord's work.
We've got to stay away from the summoner.
What am I doing? Where am I going?
Home.
There we go.
Going to find Maleficent somewhere.
I was supposed to be going this way the whole time.
Yeah,
I went
you were
in this
just
room.
in this room and then you immediately turned around.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting Maleficent. Okay, so if Elmer Fudd smoked just a little bit of weed, he would be Seth Rogen.
Why would he just stab his boss?
What if part of going through puberty was just having like an adult man's voice layered on top of your child voice?
And that adult man was Billy Zane for everybody.
I don't.
He was in
Speaking
Titanic,
of
but not
bullies.
Titanic 2. Sorry, go ahead.
How is there a Titanic 2? I'm sorry. You go to the bottom of the ocean and have Titanic housed by mermaids?
This
Hey,
time,
Billy Zane, you
it's
want to put on a
personal.
wetsuit?
Nah, it was called Titanic 2, Lusitania. The true Maleficent got turned into a teeny tiny little cat.
I've been
Is that my
turned
voice?
into a cat.
I'm not going to drop it, you fool. I'm going to drink it. And once I'm back to my beautiful self, I'm going to kill you.
God, what's with the shoes? I can't stand this suit at all.
See,
The princess? Kyrie
So
You
Sora's
see,
a
you see,
smart
Trey.
young boy.
Riku has been completely consumed by darkness at this point, so he has no sense of logic or reason or fashion sense.
So in Kingdom Hearts 3, you can go mano a mano, because there's a couple Keyblade forms where you can like turn your hands into drills.
The final,
I thought you were gonna say
the
you could
final
just
boss
have.
battle is just Sora and Riku beating the tar out of each other with their bare hands.
Yeah, in a white void.
Yeah, they're just like, they're both like super exhausted. The Keyblades have disappeared. They're just super slowly throwing punches.
They're not even fighting over anything at that point. They just have to settle the
Yet.
score.
Never! Not while you threaten my friends!
And then as Riku is drawing his last breath, Sora's just like, "That's 3-0."
He's not coming down!
That's what happens when you steal fizzy lifting drinks.
Don't take a screenshot of this moment.
Because of what we learn in the sequel games, this is
That's how we know that's the Sora Heartless.
same old Sora you know and love.
This is apropos of nothing, but would someone in the audience kindly send me some mashed potatoes? Like, I'm fine if it's just from KFC. Like, just hit me up.
Well, and Dan, if you remember in Kingdom Hearts 2, prior to those endgame scenes, there's a scene where Sora defeats 1,000 Heartless in gameplay.
What was that?
Yeah, Trey. What are those?
Yeah, we can finally
just
get the
didn't.
great Keyblade that is Wishing Star.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Way late.
For a second I thought it said you got Geppetto as a summon.
He just
Summon a toy
He just
maker.
appears and tells the enemies, "You are dead, Heartless."
You
Oh,
are not
God.
my son.
Yeah, he gives you unique gummy
It's
ship
like
blueprints.
Fist of the
But
North
Father,
Star.
I'm not dead. Yes, you are.
So, I can't remember if it was this episode or the last episode where I asked the viewers to kindly send me some mashed potatoes.
I think it was
But-
this.
think it was
If you
this
don't
one.
mind, could you also send me like a grilled cheese sandwich from Sonic? Like,
Why
just
Now we're getting
specifically
more
Sonic?
go
specific.
ahead and do that. That'd be good.
Friendship and like sticking with your friends no matter what.
Don't worry, the beast's heart is inside Sora, Dan. He'll be fine.
Sora stabs himself in the chest and just like a billion hearts come out of him. He has all of the hearts of everybody who lost it in the
I thought you
entire
were gonna say
multiverse.
the beast like erupts out of his chest like the xenomorph.
I know now, without a doubt, Kingdom Hearts is me! And then he takes Riku's Keyblade and stabs himself in the chest.
Beast is standing there with Sora, and then Sora like opens his heart, and then like Prince Adam starts clawing his way out of Sora's chest. Like,
Wait,
I've been trapped in
is he
there.
like a separate entity from the beast?
Yeah, he's the Beast's nobody.
Yeah.
Or no, the Beast is Prince Adam's Heartless.
Yeah.
Well, no, wasn't
Prince
the Prince
Adam's
Heartless?
nobody to Max.
So is his true form the beast? I'm confused. Kingdom Hearts
I
is
think
confusing.
the moral of the story is that Beauty and the Beast is better off without Kingdom Hearts.
This hypothetical storyline is still on par with what you'd see in standard Kingdom Hearts.
That one has
You know,
its
it would make
uses.
it would make the Wishing Star better if it grew every time Sora told a lie,
Oh God.
and it would increase its reach.
So he just
He
has
just holding
to
it
tell
in front of Ansem, "I am not going to murder you."
Kyrie, you're my one true love.
Kyrie, I care about you more than Riku.
Can you imagine fighting? Can you imagine fighting Pumbaa?
Yeah. Secret boss, Mr. Pig.
They call me Mr. Pig.
Except now it's based on the new one, so it's voiced by Seth Rogen. All the other princesses are like, well, our boyfriend didn't show up.
Yeah.
Dang, Belle.
I love the idea. Did Snow White even have a prince?
Yes.
Did she?
She had 7
So-
princes
someday
to
he'll
be
come.
exact.
Was
Oh, God,
that
what's his
her
name?
song? Anyway,
Meanwhile,
Prince
Alice is just
Charming.
here waiting for her parents to come and get her.
Daddy calls me a princess.
Also, Jesus.
His forehead back there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Nice.
It's you needed that Genji shield
It's the behemoth.
so that when Donald was wasting all of his mana, Goofy could look at him and say, "I need healing. I need healing."
Well, you're not gonna show the fight with Hot Rod Behemoth?
Yeah.
No,
I
unfortunately.
gotta say, as far as color swaps go, this one's pretty cool.
Yeah, this one is pretty nice, I will admit.
I like that it is a behemoth, but the texture is basically the fire shirt from the GameCube Animal Crossing.
The fire shirt from Guy
It's
Fieri.
the Guy Fieri, yeah.
He painted flames on himself to become more intimidating. It ends with you.
Oh my god.
Sora just calling it an airstrike.
I like to imagine that Leon isn't being cocky there. He's just genuinely looking at Sora, who's just wasted all of his items and all of his cures, and he's like, "Hey, man, like this isn't supposed to. This is like a friendly fight. Do you want to like go get an orange slice or something?"
And Sora's just over there panting heavily, like, I'm gonna win!
This is life or death. My reputation is at stake.
Kid, you're like 12. There's no need to go this hard.
I beat you
Well, yeah, not only-
in the Pegasus Cup. I can beat you here.
Buster Sword 2 is gone.
Oh, that's BS.
And,
And
they,
Invisibles, which is what
Yeah.
these things are called.
yeah,
I
they
also like
introduced...
how at this point of the game, they've just kind of started using hearts as an excuse to be completely just like reckless. Like, don't worry, even if this world disappears and we get thrust out into the vacuum of space without a ship, I'm sure we'll be okay because we got our hearts.
Our hearts will find each other.
To be fair,
We'll be okay in the cold vacuum of space without any oxygen because we'll still be friends.
Goofy, your
Apparently
heart
you
will
can
most definitely
survive.
not be okay in the cold vacuum
your
of
heart
space
will
with no
not
oxygen.
go on. Thank you very much. But there are like pots that exist that hold electricity, and I think that's what those Evangelion angels are based off of.
Yeah. Pretty soon they're gonna bust out copies of the Lance of Longulus and just stab Sora right through the eye.
Yeah. This is your fate, Sora. The Lance of Longinus will pierce your side.
Lance of Longinus.
Sounds like something you don't want to catch.
Him
Wait a
small.
minute, you're not Mushu. You don't sound like Eddie Murphy.
Well, he
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
more like Eddie Murphy than the live-action Mushu, because there's no Mushu.
There's no like, yeah. Is that movie still coming out? Like, I know it got postponed.
I think it...
I would have definitely bought a ticket to see the live-action Mulan if instead of Mushu,
It was
Mulan
just
was just being
live-action Eddie
followed
Murphy.
followed around by actually just Eddie Murphy.
Or do like the genie in the live action Aladdin, like awkwardly mocapped Eddie Murphy onto like a CGI character.
There's a summon early in the game you can get that if you grind, he's a hell of a lot harder to fight. Because
Oh
you have
yeah,
to fight...
like Ifrit, the proving exam for Balam Gardens.
both Ifrit and Hades, because Hades can put like a crap load of status effects on enemies, so he's real good to have early on.
Hey, how you doing?
And you
Put
get
some
him
effects on enemies. Hey.
Yeah. And he's really
Have
good to
some
have early game,
effects.
but like if you grind a lot to fight him, he's going to be a lot tougher to unlock. When it's better to just,
So-
as soon as you get him, fight him.
Joe, I know that was a James Woods, but it sounded a
terrible.
lot like a Rodney Dangerfield. I tell you, I get no respect in the underworld. Which, didn't Rodney Dangerfield play Satan in, like, Little Nicky?
Yeah, he played old man Satan.
Little Mickey. What is
yeah,
this?
it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh no.
Really ridiculous movie about Adam Sandler being the son of the devil. It's also just very crass. It's a weird movie.
Wow, an Adam Sandler movie that has tasteless jokes? Get out of
Fuck
here.
it.
Although that movie does confirm one thing: Popeye's chicken is in fact good.
Again, par for the course for Adam Sandler, the shameless product placement.
Okay, it's not it's better than Dunkachino. That was
Oh, God.
Dunkachino.
I
That's
love
unforgivable.
that. To this day, I love that ad. What's my name? Dunkachino. It's a whole new game.
Don't mind if I
Dunkachino.
do.
If you want creamy goodness, I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend. Dunkachino.
This has been a stealth promotion for Dunkin' Donuts.
Frankie and Johnny were lovers. You know, that kind of
What
thing.
is this? What is this song?
You've never heard Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh, baby, how they could love. Swore to be true to each other. Just true as stars above. He was her man.
I
Wouldn't
guess
do
I've
her
heard it
wrong.
now.
Yeah, Elvis was in a whole movie about it.
Wasn't there an Andy Griffith episode where Barney wrote like a parody of that song to honor himself and Andy?
Probably. That sounds about right.
Like their
Why is that
town
show
was
the
getting
best?
recognized for some reason, and he thought they needed like an anthem.
They were trying to get KK Elvis to perform in their town, so they had to write a song that
There
KK
were,
would sing while he was there.
There were a lot of times in that show that the town of Mayberry was being honored for something.
And it was like a criminal
that-
in disguise.
Yeah. Like the out-of-town shoe salesman who everybody thought was a movie producer.
Oh yeah, well he
But
wasn't
wait
a
a
liar though.
minute.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't lying. It was all Barney's fault.
They were
but,
all just idiots.
But does he know the territory?
And then look, what do you talk?
I've got to meet a guy about a bear.
Yeah.
I gotta meet a bear about a guy.
So we get to collect these things that kind of look like coffee nuts.
Wait,
Is
this
Owl one of
whole
the many
episode-
forms that Ansem takes on to fool Sora?
Hold on. Is this whole episode in the 100 Acre Wood?
Yeah.
Alright.
It was in the contract, Nick. Didn't you read the fine print?
Have you ever, like, while you were on the pot, just like took a book in there or took your phone in there and just kind of like read an article for like a half hour till your feet went numb and you're like, oh shit, I should probably get off the pot.
Yep.
That
Most-
never happened?
All the time, actually.
That's what people are going to have to do with this episode.
I think there's two like it, and we're looking at the other one.
How are you supposed to get... Yeah.
Like, you can
What is
walk right up
this?
to it.
Just firmly grasp it.
Why isn't it just reach out your hand and grab it, Sora?
Further back.
What's wrong with you?
You know what else violates the Geneva Convention?
These
and
nuts?
the laws of physics and reason?
These
Hope.
nuts.
Oh my god.
You just jumped into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you know
amazing.
you screwed up when. I feel like this area sticks out in my memory as just the most frustrating part of all of Kingdom Hearts.
So,
It gets better.
can I just say how proud I am of all of us for the fact that we've been at this segment for probably about 6 minutes now, and we've made so few nut jokes?
Yeah.
It's
It
that
hasn't
classy
driven us
commentary
nuts
that everybody loves.
yet. Yeah.
I like to imagine that Trey is just like save stating and quick loading up here, because that's just how it's edited.
You switched over to PCSX2.
Yeah.
My god!
Yeah. Like, no matter what I did, I couldn't get it.
Guys, was Kingdom Hearts ever good?
For a
Nothing
while, I
works.
thought, like...
Oh my god.
Just walk
see,
into it,
simple
I
as that.
guess. Oh, that's not
Empty
here.
meadow.
Oh no, are you missing a page?
I am missing a
No, but which one?
page. I know. There's so many. Because, like, isn't it pretty much... Oh, yeah, here it comes. This is the reveal of which one it is.
Trey, I'm going to buy you a
Aye.
better font.
Nah, man, this is good.
Hey, this is the official GCG Raw font, okay? No!
There's a different font. Oh no.
We
It's
gotta go
serious
back.
business. Once again,
so I'm
I'm
gonna
just
save y'all
listening to the
some
music.
So
It
it
is
took
implied
me-
that we went into Monstro and got a, oh boy, the muddy place.
Yeah.
Yay.
Pooh to his friends. Because apparently Sora can't talk to Pooh's friends. Only
They
Pooh
don't trust
can.
him. Sora is an outsider.
Yeah.
Zora's done nothing but help these idiots.
Yeah.
Yes, but he is an outsider.
I suppose.
So I don't know if there's multiple ways to get the friends unlocked.
What the hell?
Shoo.
Your friends.
I just want to take all of them with me and show them to Ansem and be like, look, how could you be so mean when there's things this pure and nice in the world?
How could you be so cruel, so, dare I say it, heartless?
I would love to see like a Gmod of Poo in the same map as like the final form of Ansem in this game.
Yes.
Oh god. Give me like a super high def SFM.
Sora, don't forget.
I won't cry.
We shall always
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it.
if you'd like to visit again.
No, okay.
Oh no, Sora
I'm
got
good.
Marty McFly.
Yeah. This episode is called Revengeance. I nuked Cloud from orbit, and now we're just gonna deal with Leon the rest
It was
of the way.
what Trey did to Cloud was so horrible that it violates YouTube's terms of service.
Wait a
Yes.
minute. You found the legendary black materia?
I did. I summoned Comet.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like that.
He's also not the last boss of the Hades Cup. He's like I think he's the 10th seed.
Yeah, how pathetic is that? Come on.
Yeah.
Not even number one in your own cup.
Yeah. He's quite literally not big enough.
He did what in his cup? What did they call it?
Rock Titan. But there's two. He has two heads. Like one
Yeah,
of the
but
heads
he's
has
just-
got to feel left out.
I don't know, he's just the one guy. He just has two heads.
Maybe they both share a consciousness.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like Cho'Gall in Warcraft. It's still
Well-
the same dude.
Well, but technically it's Cho and Gall and WoW, so it is
Yeah.
two people.
I'm gonna embarrass
There's still,
myself
like-
here, but the first thing I thought of was Dragon Tales.
I was gonna say,
two-headed
you guys and your lame Cho'Gall, while I'm over here with my Chad, Zach, and Wheezy.
Oh yeah? You want to know what my first thought was?
Oh yeah, they do have names, don't they?
You want to know what my first thought was? The Vanter Viper from Gallivant. That's a deep cut. Bump. Spoilers.
What's a kabump?
It's like a bump. It's like a
Owned
kabump.
him.
What an
yeah,
absolute
he's easy.
joke of a boss.
Yeah.
You see, a kerbump is a little semi-sphere that appears on an ant's backside once they have magically become what they're meant to be, I guess.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
like a cutie mark.
Kinda, yeah.
There.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say the same thing, but I didn't want to be that guy.
I'll take the hit. I'll reveal myself to be an ex-brony.
I'm over here talking about
Ex-brony.
kerbumps, and you're gonna get embarrassed about
Well,
MLB.
yeah, because they don't run the show anymore. Probably.
And we are wasting no time. Everything else is done. The only thing left to do is the very end.
The time for time wasting is over.
Yes. The time for Kickamus Buttimus of Ansimus is here. Oh yeah.
Well, Goofy, it was an island. Before it was consumed by the draw distance.
It was consumed by the Pokemon Company.
Aw, grape! I wanted cherry.
But hey, at least it's a fantasy.
That is not Tang.
It might
There's
be
some
the
like
next.
esoteric emo BS coming up.
Well, there's that, but
This is a pretty
And
interesting way
Ansem's
to.
just like, oh, sad.
there it is. There it is.
You're right, Ansem. I don't.
Yeah.
They
That-
paid a
that was
Hollywood actor to say that.
Yeah, they paid him $500 on Cameo.
Very expensive performance.
The end of Kingdom Hearts 2 is pretty much a reverse of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I quite
All
enjoy
style.
how we've just sort of been calling it a monster, so as to avoid spoiling what it actually is, because it is insane.
Yeah, like words cannot describe
Yeah, I was-
the thing we.
I was gonna say, Nick,
we
like,
have to
is there a
fight.
word that describes it other than... well, I don't know. I guess that's kind of underselling
Well, there's one
it.
I can think of.
Yeah, there's one. There's one pretty big one.
It's okay. Here's what I'll describe it as before we get to it. It is Captain Harlock's ship, but made of flesh.
The word. Well, you just described the whole thing. I was gonna say, the word ship describes it pretty well.
You ever
Yeah.
seen Gurren Lagann? It's kind of like the ship they get like halfway through the first season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the was it like the Daiguren or whatever, the one that they got from
It'd
like
be- yes,
Ansem.
It began as the
Daigunzan, yeah.
Dai Gunzan, but it became the Daiguren after
Yeah.
Kamina.
the one they
This-
get from the Beastman captain.
Yeah. I love that ship. It's such a goofy ship too. And it's well animated too. It has a personality. He'll do that and then he'll also do this like infinite charge that you can just block once and he'll get stunned.
Oh, so like Mystic Tiger from Punch-Out.
Yes.
Y'all remember that fight in Punch-Out?
I never
think
made
his
it
name
past
is
Von
Mystic
Kaiser, to be honest. Actually, you know what? Maybe is Piston
think-
Honda the third guy you fight?
I think Von Kaiser and Piston Honda are Super Punch-Out?
He did what in his Kaiser? I'm sorry. This is the second Cars joke we'll make in this playthrough.
What's going on with these subtitles?
Speaking of weird fonts.
There it is. He said it.
Hey, that means he wins the game.
Well,
Thank you, Sora, but your Kingdom Hearts is in another darkness.
I'm sorry to break it to you, Ansem, but the light is right there.
I forget, how do you get the little crown in 2 if you want to wear it?
Oh boy. Well,
I
Trey.
think there's like 3 different crowns.
Yeah, there's
you
a
can
there's a
get.
bronze crown, a silver crown, and a gold crown, and you get them
Oh.
for completing 3 tasks in any order you so choose. Defeating the Mushroom 13, defeating the 13 organization data rematches, and defeating the Lingering Will each get you 1 tier of the crown in the order that you do them.
It's so weird
And you
that
need
one
those
of the
to platinum.
one of the things that gets you a crown is defeating mushrooms.
Well, not necessarily defeating the mushrooms, but clearing their really picky and arbitrary mini games.
So it's basically there for people who want to experience all the game. All of it.
and you need all...
To a fault.
I like this part.
He looks kind of like the ghost train from Final Fantasy VI.
I like that this guy has more
Yeah.
animation in his face than most of the Disney characters we've encountered.
Yeah.
Sora...
I guess-
Goofy's
also-
pose. It's like he can't bear to look at this thing, but he also can't bear to look away.
I guess, additionally, he also kind of looks like Doom Train from Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah,
Sora needs to use the suplex maneuver.
I guess.
The
I guess if
Donald
it
of-
progresses the boss fight.
The Donald of the timeline where Goofy was the one who had to go and get the pizza. I've been watching Community
understand that
recently.
reference.
The final wiggle.
Huh.
That was a good final wiggle.
It was. I'm glad it happened. I just really wanted to make sure my DualShock 4 was in working order for all 30 hours I played this game.
That's right, Donald.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're gonna do, isn't it? Isn't it? You're gonna actually help with the boss, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he has different moves this time. Like wind
Like-
power.
Trembling in place.
Yeah. And more lasers!
And all the forces of hell.
Yeah. Like this, like inarguably this part of this is so much easier than doing it solo. Which I'm surprised they didn't reverse that.
I
think they may have pitch shifted Billy Zane down a little bit for this boss.
It's possible.
Makes sense.
They wanted you to fight with your friends. But yeah, most likely they pitch shifted him down because he's large now.
Yeah. He's roughly the size of a barge,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you
that's
might
true.
say.
That's why
Every last
Gaston,
inch of him's covered in darkness.
That's why Gaston isn't in this game, because Darkness Ansem has been taking all of his eggs. He's just too scrawny
Now with Ansem out of the way, Gaston can move in for the kill.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good arc.
Nice.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Ansem
like-
has
Not only is he
activated.
unscathed, he got his clothes back.
Ansem has activated his strongest power. Make Sora and friends 480p.
Literally, that may be true, Dan, but thematically, what they're trying to say is that Riku still needs to like battle his inner demons here.
Yeah, his inner
Speaking
demons
of
like
demons.
Mickey
Oh my God,
Mouse.
there he is! And the only time in the series where they do his ears correctly.
Yeah.
Mickey also needs to battle his inner demons.
Is it a Rubik's Cube where there's only 2 colors? There's white and black, and you have to make sure the sides
form the heartless symbol on each side.
How do I do this with squares?
Yeah.
The story of Kingdom Hearts is a Rubik's Cube, but like you only start with one of the cubes, and then new cubes keep getting added with each new game.
An apt analogy.
Until eventually you have more cubes than you should have had.
And you can't put them all together. Like, if you try to put them all together, you figure out that some of the stickers have been swapped, so that it's technically unsolvable.
You get to 4, and then there's just like a new color introduced, and you're like, wait a second.
Wait, what is Octarine doing here?
Everybody
Sora
else
just
was just
looks
like, we're sitting here, Riku. We're not posing for a picture or anything. Why are you doing that?
And Goofy's got anime side mouth.
It also looks to me like Riku is kind of trying to discreetly push that big cement block onto Goofy to murder him.
Goofy's just looking up at him like,
Well,
why, Riku?
Harsh, Riku.
Why?
Riku found Goofy's one weakness.
Rocks
Rocks
to the
falling
head.
at him from above.
That's
knew-
foreshadowing if I ever seen it.
Damn.
He knew all along.
Yeah, this game sucks. Turn it off.
Yeah, get this garbage out of my face.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of the series.
Yeah, Ansem's gone. Finished. Done.
No more Kingdom Hearts videos on this channel. No more Kingdom Hearts games.